There is a tiled room with ankle-deep water on the floor. A tall, thin, pale man with dark hair walks out, shaking the water off of his feet. He peers into an indoor pool area with people playing in the pool. He looks over to his right and smiles and notices two slides shaped like elephants, and two kids are sliding down it. He scurriedly runs over there. He climbs up onto the elephant and pets it. He sits down, getting ready to slide, very excitedly and happy. At this time, a man with a whistle walks out of a room and shuts the door. He blows the whistle as the man's about to slide down. The man grasps to keep from falling into the pool. He struggles and struggles to try to get up on top and stand back out onto the edge of the pool. The man yells at him to get out of there, so he looks around and hurriedly walks past the man with the whistle. Backing up, watching the man with the whistle, he backs into a rail, petting the rail. He now looks over to his left and sees 3 diving boards. He gets very happy, smiles, and runs past a lifeguard on a high chair. He passes the very first diving board, which isn't very high, and climbs up the ladder. There's a boy diving off of the second platform, and he continues up to the highest platform for diving. He walks proudly, gets to the edge, looks down, and gets very, very scared. His knees become weak as he grabs onto the rail. He looks down and closes his eyes in fear. He tries to grab the other side of the rail, but his arms aren't long enough, so he lets go and grabs to the other side. With his knees very weak, he's contemplating on trying to jump off or to stay put. He slowly drops to his knees and then to his stomach and holds on, laying down onto the platform, trying not to fall off. He army crawls all the way to the edge. He grips the edge and peers over with his head. His eyes are huge. He looks down, but he feels he cannot do this. So he slowly grabs to the other side of the rail. At this time, there are 2 boys that get up to the top platform and look at him. He notices the 2 boys and tries to gather the courage to stand straight up. He finally does, and he has his hands on his hip, like as if he was going to jump. So he slowly tiptoes to the edge of the pool with his knees bent. Looking back at the boys again, the boys are looking at their watch, as if to ask him to hurry up. He kneels down with his feet, or with his knees to his chest, and his hands out, and his eyes closed as if he were going to dive off of it. He falls backwards in the same position and falls to his side. He grabs his bearings and realizes he has not fallen off yet. He crouches down and gets back to his knees. Looking over the edge, he knows he needs to jump. So he turns his body around and slowly swings his legs over the platform. Slowly letting himself down, both legs finally fall, and he's only hanging on by his arms. His chin is kind of holding his head up as he looks down in fear. His eyes grow wider. Slowly letting himself down, he struggles to still hang on. Back at the tiled room, the man with the whistle looks over to his left and notices the man hanging there by his hands. His legs are kicking around and one arm lets go. So the man is finally hanging on by one arm. One of the boys whispers to the other boy, nods his head, walks over to the edge, and steps on his hands. The man eventually falls back into the pool.